Good morning, you guys, and happy new year. Literally, you're watching it, so this should be January 2nd. So I figured the best way to actually get into the new year was to show you guys a very detailed, breaking it down to the T of what my legs day look like when I work on my quads and my glutes. So I break up my leg day, well, I have 2 leg days in a week, I should say, in my workout split. So day 1, which is usually Monday, I do hammies and glutes, and then day 4, which is usually like Fridays, which is today, I do my quads and my glutes because I am trying to be thick. Like, I want my quads to be thick, okay, very thick. I am obviously thicker than I used to be, but I want to be thicker. Okay, so I want to be the thickest I can be. So with that being said, I have to work my quads, and so my quad day they're brutal. They're literally brutal, and I'm kind of dreading to do it right now because this is like the first week I am going back into the gym. I took kind of like a week off for the holidays, Christmas, all of that, and day 1 was hard, so I know today's gonna be extremely hard because when you're doing hack squats, you're doing back squats, you're doing hip thrusts. I'm gonna do single leg hip thrust on a hip thrust machine. I've never done that before, and I seen it on Instagram. I think it was Court who was doing it, and I was just like, game changer. I know that's gonna hurt and I want to do it. It's crazy when you see exercises and you're like, that looks so painful, but I want to try it. That's literally like my mindset. So we're gonna do all of that today. I'm gonna be doing a voiceover as well with my workout, so you guys gonna understand like my dynamic stretching, my warm-up, how I get into the squats, the forms, everything, my weights, all that like information that I feel like you would need to know. Before we go to the gym, I want to show you guys my gym fit for the day. So I have my pump cover is just this oversized boyfriend hoodie that I got from the Planet. Underneath, I do have this sports bra that I got from Amazon, and I like that in the back it's, wait, you can't see my hair. I like that in the back it's crisscross. Ever since I got inches, can't tell me nothing. I'm just like, ooh, ooh, hair flick everywhere. My leggings are the Alpha Elite Surface leggings, kind of have like that V cut in the front, which I think is super cute. And my perfume for the day, I don't know what we're gonna, I got my hair caught in my sweater. I'm not too sure what we're gonna go with for perfume. What we're gonna wear today, I'm thinking of wearing, I'm gonna bring it with me as well because I'm gonna get my nails done afterwards. I want to smell good. The usual Utopia by Kayali. We are gonna spray her on, and we are going to head off to the gym. Alright guys, so the first exercise I did for my quad day were back squats. Now, this is a really good exercise if you're trying to grow your quads like myself. I love to start off with doing squats because squats take so much out of you, in all honesty. Like, it wins you out. It is so taxing on your body. So I like to get this done first thing in my workout. What I do after I do my dynamic stretches is I actually like to warm up with just the barbell. So as you guys can see here, I'm doing my deep squats, so ass to grass squats with just the barbell, no added weight onto it. This just allows me to kind of get that muscle to mind connection going, get my body familiarized with the form and the squat, making sure that everything feels good, that my back is not arching, I'm not winking my butt, and that I feel comfortable and ready to go into a heavier squat, especially with my hips, because my hips tend to be super tight. So I like to warm up that way. Once my warm-up is done, about 8 to 10 reps, I go ahead and pack on the weight. So right now I'm packing on 100 pounds. You guys do not need to do 100 pounds, okay? Do what is a hard weight for you, but that's a doable weight as well. So what I mean by this is you guys want to select a weight that will allow you to do up to 5 to 6 reps per set. So for me, this is 100 pounds, and honestly, I don't think my body can go anywhere beyond 6 reps because it's so hard. Like, especially without a spotter, I would recommend you guys to get a spotter if you're lifting super heavy. But when you do smaller reps like this allows you to build maximal strength, whereas higher reps like 8 to 15 allows you to produce hypertrophy, which is just bigger muscle. So today I was working on maximal strength, going as low as possible in my squat. So you guys can see my butt is going below my knees. I'm making sure that my butt's not winking and my knees are not caving in as I come up, because I know those are things that I struggle with sometimes. Once I finish doing my back squats, the next exercise I decided to do, not even a smart idea, I do not recommend this at all, were hack squats. Now, I really do not recommend to do one form of squat after another form of squat, but I think the pre-workout was kicking in. So as usual, I did my warm-up with just 90 pounds on the hack squat machine, and I am focusing here on going super per load. Like I was going as low as the hack squat will allow me, like up into the safety points, okay? And this, you guys, will build your quads. One thing I do have to focus on for myself is making sure that my back is kept flat against the back of the hack squat machine as I go down, because I do notice that I tend to like arch my back and stick my chest out a bit. And I also want to focus on keeping my knees apart, pushing them apart, and not having them cave in. So once again, when I finished doing this for about 8 to 10 reps as a warm-up, I went ahead and packed on my weights, which is 45 pounds on each side. Now, you guys, do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare your weights to other people. Just because one person that you follow who has a fitness channel or fitness influencer, certified trainer, influence, whatever you want to call them, just because they're lifting way heavier than you, doesn't mean you should feel bad about what your weights are. Like, just keep track of what you've been doing and make sure that it's always progressing to heavier weights. Just increase the intensity and volume and be proud of where you're at and look back at where you came from and not compare yourself. Because listen, I'm saying this to you, but I do the same thing. So you gotta always be mindful of your progression. So after I did about 5 to 6 reps per set, I did also about 5 sets with this. My quads were on fire. Like literally, they were burning. After my hack squats, I went ahead and did a unilateral leg press. And guys, this is a good exercise if you know that one of your legs are stronger than the other, which is completely normal. It's so normal to have imbalances in muscles all over your body, especially because one side of your body definitely just works more often than the other. So if you're right-handed, you tend to use your right side more often. So what I do to help this out is I like to do more reps on my weaker leg and start with my weaker leg. So here I'm doing 10 reps with my left leg, and as you guys can see, I am feeling the burn in this exercise. Like, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Then after doing 10 reps, I swapped and did my right leg for 8 reps. I also like to place my foot a bit higher on the platform to engage my glutes. Yes, this is a quad exercise, but I always try to find a way to engage my glutes as much as possible. So if you don't feel your glutes in this, completely normal. You can be quad dominant and it can be hard for you to engage your glutes. But for me, I can feel this mainly in my quads, but also in my glutes. And I also try to make sure that I am not overextending and snapping my knee as I push the weight away from me, because you want to be mindful of your joints. If you guys take anything from this video, please take down the fact that you should be cleaning your machines and benches before and after your workout, because the amount of people I see literally just work out on the bench, walk away, leaving it all sweaty. That's nasty. Like, it's so nasty. You guys, please clean your machines for your sake and just for other people that come after you. So after I cleaned my bench, I went ahead and did my single leg hip thrust, which is also a very good unilateral exercise to do, especially if you have imbalances like myself. So for me, I know that my left glute is a lot weaker and smaller, like physically smaller. I can see the difference than my right glute. So I like to work on exercises that literally allows me only to focus on that one glute and let it do all the work. Because sometimes when you do bilateral hip thrusts with both feet on the floor, you don't realize, but one glute can be overworking and the other one not doing all the work. So these are really good to help that out. I did this for about 12 reps and I did 3 sets. If you guys want to, you can actually throw in another rep, or another set I should say, for the weaker leg to help really just balance out that imbalance. And you also want to make sure that your knees are stacked over your feet, because this will allow you to engage with your glutes a lot more. And you don't want to over thrust, but you do want to lock out your hips all the way at the top, because this is where you have the highest peak of tension for your glutes. The last exercise I did for my quad days were elevated reverse lunges. I'm using here just a step board. I don't have any of the pillars added to the step board, so it's just based on the floor, because the elevation in itself, just even a couple inches off the floor, really helps target my glutes, I find. And another thing I like to do to help target my glutes is lean my chest forward. So kind of like what you guys will do with Bulgarian split squats, this also allows me to stretch my glutes, so I feel it in the lower part of my glutes. And I also feel this so much in my quads, because like lunges in general are just a quad exercise, but I just do little tweaks to kind of make sure that I'm engaging my glutes. And I did this for 12 reps with each leg. I did this for 3 sets. Also making sure that I'm keeping my core engaged as I do this, breathing in as I go down, exhaling as I come up, and going straight up and down, and not trying to push my body all the way forward so that my knees track over my toes. And that is my quad day workout, you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.